Well, guys, although the real new 2024 Harley Davidsons won't be out until the end of the month, Harley Davidson has already shown their hand about what's coming. Really quickly, before we jump into things, I have to throw out a disclaimer. So this information is my own. It did not come from anybody. It did not come from any sources other than Harley Davidson corporate. Apparently my last video kind of rocked the boat. So I want to make that clear and transparent for all the people at Harley Davidson corporate watching this video. Now let's get into what's going on. So yesterday, I'm on Harley Davidson's website kind of poking around, and I've noticed they've put the 2024 models on the website, but not really. So all the 2024 models on their website right now are currently what's called carryover models. Also, for those of you watching YouTube videos titled 2024 Harley Davidson, which I'm sure this one is going to be, until the end of the month when the real new updated 2024 model bikes come out, there are no 2024s. What you're seeing is carryover models that got new color options, some of which I really like, some of which I don't. We'll talk about that in just a second. But point being, you won't see any 24 model bikes unless some stuff leaks, which I haven't seen. So good job on Harley for that one. But there are no real models coming out. And that's what I want to point out is on Harley Davidson's website, any bike you see, we know gets no changes for the 24 model year. However, when you go to Grand American Touring, you'll see that you get the Road King Special, the Road Glide Limited, and the Ultra Limited. So obviously there are a few bikes missing from that lineup. There are no ST models. There is no Road Glide Special, no Street Glide Special. Now that in itself is enough to tell me, based on my experience with Harley Davidson, those bikes are getting changes because we know for a fact none of those that I just mentioned are going away. But then Harley Davidson threw out this little gem, which clearly shows a Road Glide, a Street Glide, and it's kind of hard to tell, but if you zoom in, I'll try to make it bigger here, but then we lose quality in the video, a Pan America. So as I'm looking at this photo, I'm examining it, I can tell that is not the CVO Road Glide in the very front. However, that is the CVO fairing, which tells us we are getting a new fairing on the Road Glide. Now, how do I know that? It's pretty simple if you look at it. So the engine guard to me doesn't make sense. Also, the mirrors are a dead giveaway. Those are not the CVO mirrors. So we know that that's not a CVO bike. However, on further examination, I tried to zoom in as much as I could because my big question on this is going to be the new fairing. Great. You know, love it, hate it, whatever. It's been 10 years since we've had the current model fairing. It was time for a change. However, I have been critical of Harley Davidson for not doing inverted front ends on their touring bikes. The front ends that they use are dated technology. You got to do a ton of stuff to them, and they still don't feel good. As good as a bone stock inverted front end. Now, the ones they did on like the CVO, that's what I was looking for. That suspension out of the box for my limited time riding those new CVO models was amazing. That's all Harley has to do. Now, looking at these pictures, I'm not seeing that. So my guess is going to be that you do not get the inverted front end on the Road Glide and Street Glide models. That's what's in the second bike in the photo is the Street Glide. Same thing. I mean, you can tell from the picture that that's not a CVO, but again, it doesn't look to me like you have the inverted front end. And then we have the Pan America in the background. Now, why would that be in there with the caption on the photo, "The dawn of a new era has arrived. Join us for the premiere of Harley Davidson's all-new 2024 model lineup." Pan America must be getting a change. Now, if you go to motorcycles and you go to adventure touring, the Pan America 1250 Special is on there. The standard is not. So that tells you there is something happening with the Pan America, and it's not going to be the Pan America Special. So there is some kind of variation coming of the Pan America. That makes that clear. And this is, again, guys, this is all coming straight from Harley Davidson's website. This is not from any insider sources. Nobody's given me any secret information. I don't want to bore you. We don't need to go through the whole website. If you want to hop on there, you can see what bikes are on there. Like click on Cruiser, Softail Standard, Street Bob, Lowrider S. I just said we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. One thing I do want to point out, though, before we go, guys, is so go to any of the bikes. We'll go to Softail Standard, just because that one is near and dear to my heart as a Softail Standard owner. And one thing I want to point out for this year is when you go to the billiard gray color option, typically I'm a fan. I was a fan of the battleship gray. The billiard gray, I have two problems. For one, to me, it looks like primer. It looks like it was getting ready to go to paint, and then somebody put it on the truck accidentally. And two, there is no gray in the billiard, like the pool balls, color world. There, as far as I know, unless I'm misremembering, and I've played some pool in my day, there is no gray. So I don't know the reason for naming it that color. I also don't understand that being the new standard for this year. And what I mean is that is your standard color option. So all my years in Harley Davidson, black has been the base color, and then you pay extra for a different color or two tones, whatever the case may be. Starting in 2024, this billiard gray is your base color option. If you want a black one, Softail Standard, it's not too egregious at an extra $350. However, again, past experience with Harley Davidson, the bigger the bike, the more paint it has, the more that's going to cost you. So we'll look really quickly. While we're here, let's look. So you see here on the Ultra Limited, and to be fair, the billiard gray on the black, not a problem. I like it. I'll say it. I like it. Maybe I was wrong about the billiard gray. At least against chrome, it's not a good look. On the black, not terrible, but you'll see to add black paint to that bike, $750. I mean, on a $32,500 bike, another $750. I don't know. I'm torn. You guys tell me. I mean, it's always been black. Now you pay extra for black. How do we feel about that one, guys? That's going to be it for this one. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below. Do you think I'm on the trail of something, or do you think I've completely missed the mark? Do the new bikes have the inverted front end? That's going to be a big one for me. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.